Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, in my previous video, I talked about this. I talked about a recent and last week, a quote by Donald Trump, and it really bothered me. The link will be right down below so you can see it for yourselves. Donald Trump is at a rally and he's talking to his followers, and he says that he encourages them to get out to the polling places this November and be on the lookout because some people, the Democrats, he's referring to the Democrats, that they know how to cheat, and to be on the lookout for bags of crap, his exact words. And yeah, it stuns me, right? So I wanted to talk about that. But I try not to be, honestly, I try not to be a hypocrite on this channel. I am definitely Democrat, liberal. But when I looked at this quote about bags of crap, I went back and I thought about Hillary Clinton and her quote. I voted for Hillary, but her quote about the basket of deplorables. So I started thinking about that. How she also said that. And I started thinking about this, that when we have a president, it's becoming more and more favor a thing, like especially with Donald Trump, that once we get a president, he's supposed to pull the country together. And what we have now in these last years since Donald Trump appeared on the scene is a president who definitely is just working for half the country, and the other half of the country is like an enemy to him. The basket of deplorables, like from Hillary, and with Trump and his bags of crap. And I started to honestly think about this, and how the country's divided and how the country is growing more divided. And then I started thinking, it's like this has gotten to a point where it's more than divided. The country is actually fractured. It's fractured. What is fractured? Let's say a bone, cement, a piece of wood. When it's fractured, it becomes weaker, right? And I think that's what you have with this country now. The country is actually fractured. That we're more than divided at this point. And I started to think, what could we do about that? And here's a bit of hope. Like, when I've broken many bones, and the doctor always tells you that when you heal, when a bone heals, that part that was broken becomes even stronger than it was before. That part that was fractured becomes even stronger than it used to be. And that's a bit of hope. I want to bring some hope into this video. This is something an idea that came to me. And I don't know if it's silly or stupid or what, but I think what we need to do here, both sides, Democrats, Republicans, liberals, conservatives, MAGA, non-MAGA, we have to find common ground. I think that's the place to start. Even if it's the most insignificant, silly thing, I think that's where we need to get to solid ground, to just be able to agree on, say, 5 or 10 things, even if they're the most insignificant things. Say that it's, here's one. I don't know if both sides could agree to it. That it's important that the U.S. gets back into the space race, or it's important that the United States goes back to the moon. That's something I've thought about, and I think maybe both sides might be able to agree on that. Considering that, what is it, China, I think, India, 2 or 3 different countries have landed or are going to land on the moon. And we're definitely falling behind. And I think, that's a significant problem. I would think that both sides could agree on that. Or even if it's just something just ridiculous, we need to find an area of common ground. Just to start from there, an area of a solid area to stand on, and then grow out from that. Even if it's something ridiculous, like we agree on the flag. Okay, the flag. We all agree that the flag should be red, white, and blue, and have 50 stars. Can we at least all agree on that? Can we all agree on the Pledge of Allegiance? Can we all, just something, just to establish an area of common ground, like 10 things, and then start working your way out from there. Start working on what's the What's another priority that we need to agree on? Instead of this ridiculous back and forth stuff, or this culture war stuff, which is doing nothing, absolutely nothing for the country except dividing us. And if you think about it, people, the other countries, other parts of the world that want to see the United States fall or fracture, they must be standing back and just enjoying every minute of this, or just throwing gas on the flames with what they call bots or whatever, joining in, fake Facebook pages and all that stuff. When something fractures, it becomes weaker and then it breaks, like a piece of wood, a bone, a piece of cement, or whatever. But if you could patch that and let it heal and then work out from there, find common ground, it becomes stronger than it ever was, like a bone healing. Just some thoughts. I'm no politician, but this actually came to me. We were getting like a foot of snow here in Connecticut, and I just went for an hour walk out in the cool, dark night, watching the snow come down, slogging my way through a foot of snow around town. And this is what came to me. The country is fractured, and this whole Trump and his bags of crap, and even Hillary Clinton and her basket of deplorables, we need to come together. And the next president, regardless of who he is, has to be a president for the entire country. He has to be working for the entire country, not just half of the country. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Have a good Sunday.